It was still dark when I left the house, and by the first light of dawn, I was leaving the city limits. Why does a guy who struggles each day to wake up to an alarm clock at 9 am seem perfectly fine to wake up on a Sunday morning at 4 am? To understand the reason, you have to go a bit back in history. Not a lot, but about 14 years back. My father used to own a motorcycle, but he had stopped riding it. The motorcycle stayed parked in front of our home. I would sneak out whenever I could and teach myself how to ride it. I learned to ride it freely by the third day and was already out on the streets, riding around in our suburbs. But I got caught. They snatched the keys away and hid it. All through my studies, my mind would wander to the short rides I had done on my father's motorcycle. And I would wait for the next opportunity to sneak out. Cut to the present. Working as an architect all through the day, only to come back to the computer at home. More editing every night to make these videos for you. Somehow, I still feel like that kid trapped in its textbooks, waiting for the next opportunity to ride his motorcycle. The waking up at 4 am doesn't hurt. Getting into gear feels like wearing a superhero costume. Then it's just me and my motorcycle. And 21 other like-minded people. There are different types of motorcycles here. People from different backgrounds. I only know a few of them and probably won't see them until the next ride. But who says you have to know someone personally to ride with them? As the miles fly by, we'll slowly get to know each other, and I guess we'll feel more closely knit as a group. But for now, let's just ride. And if you ask me, what does it feel like to lead such a group? For a brief period, I took over Unbjornob's ZX14R to lead them into my favorite corner. And it felt like a large cavalry was charging behind me to infiltrate behind enemy lines. In short, it was super awesome. We had been riding since early morning and most of the squad was hungry. So our first stop of the day was Avon Taba. They took quite a while to deliver the food, and that meant the riders got their time to relax, rewind, and have some fun. The food wasn't that great though. The white chutney served with the dosa was stale, and they admitted that it had been in the freezer for the past 3 days. Parking spot 9 out of 10, resting spot 10 out of 10, food 5 out of 10. In short, I don't recommend this place. You must be wondering though, where are we headed to? Because I've not revealed that in the film so far. Today's ride is to a location called Kurumbeda Fort. About 30 kilometers away from Kharagpur, if you are heading on NH6 towards Orissa, you have a place called Belda. Taking a ride from there into the Pea Roads, just about 10 kilometers ahead, you have this old fort standing in the middle of a village.
Now, we just left the highway and now we are doing some B roads. So, from here the riding is going to be a little bit different because we're going to move through locality. We have to be careful and we have to watch for traffic. It's a two-way road, plus locals do have a tendency to walk onto the road. There may be animals can be there in the highway as well, but we've been lucky today. So far only one cow, so now we just have to wait and watch a little bit. Now obviously we're gonna get a lot of attention because there's some pretty big bikes here and some of them are pretty rare, like that Harley. I know Harleys in general are rare, but that one is a rare Harley, so it makes it like double special.
You see, the final 3 kilometers are off-road riding. Have you ever seen a 300 kg Harley and a Hayabusa off-road together? In our group, you will. Off-road and gravel often claims some casualty. Fortunately for us, nothing of that sort happened. Almost nothing.
Oh shit. I am kind of worried now. That's my friend Rana. Look, even I stalled it. Haha. Friends stalled together. I'd never thought I'd be filtering with trucks on such a level on this trip. Well,
finally, we arrived at the fort. There isn't much to do here anyways, but right next to the fort, we found a small, clean lake. Sitting beside a water body has always felt peaceful to me. And if you visit during the hotter months, I feel you'll find it better hanging out beside the lake. We don't discriminate based on displacement or types of motorcycle, and even pillion riders are welcome. A lot of people say that small bikes can't ride with big bikes. That day, we proved them wrong. If everybody maintains 80 to 100 kilometers per hour cruising speed, then I don't see any reason why we can't all ride together. We maintained a casual formation and covered 100 kilometers over the next hour or so. Our stoppage was at Express Food Plaza. Now this is a new spot which is opened up right next to the Sher Punjab. And as Sher Punjab is always overly crowded, I kinda prefer this place. Most of the squad arrived together. Everybody went in as they were hungry, but we stopped for photos at the parking lot. If you're curious, you can find that on my Instagram profile. And then we went in and had some food ourselves. And it was the time to return. We're not racers, we aren't avid tourists with saddle sore records. Most of us won't be doing anything extraordinary with our riding careers. Anbi is a teacher by profession, Saurav riding the Dominar is a doctor, I'm an architect, and Saurav on the Daytona has his own company and a YouTube channel on men's styling. I will tell you more about the rest of the squad too, but that is a story for a different day, maybe on our next ride. For now, you can know this much. There is a Bruce Wayne in all of us. The things that we do to earn a living. It's when we put on the mask, we get our true identity. That is the moment we live for.